Hi everybody, welcome to the Suburban Stitcher podcast. My name is Diane and today is October 7th, 2016. Thank you so much for joining me this week. It's a week. It is a Friday. I think this is episode 103. I don't exactly know. But I am getting ready for a trunk show tomorrow, and I have some sock whips to talk about and some sock finishes to talk about since it is Socktober, and I just wanted to touch in with you guys this week. And hopefully I'll get this up. This will be a short and sweet podcast, and I will be able to get this up so you can get a little bitty sneak preview, maybe, for those of you in Texas that might be coming to the trunk show tomorrow, to get a preview of what I'll have. And anything that doesn't sell on Saturday will be going in the shop on Sunday. So it's going to be a really quick turnaround as far as what you guys are going to have access to buy as far as what doesn't sell. So yeah, I am really excited about the show and excited to talk to you about knitting. So let's get started. I guess one little bit of business announcements, whatever, is all of the Around Your Neck Cal winners have been contacted. All of the sponsors have been contacted. Many of you should already have your prizes, hopefully, or have worked out the logistics and are talking to your sponsors about the prizes. So if you haven't, please contact me. I think there's only one winner, a pattern winner that I have not heard of, and I don't remember the name. But there's one pattern winner that I haven't heard from. So if you participated, please make sure you go back and watch that special Around Your Neck Cal prize episode. It's only like 9 or 10 minutes. So if you want to see if you won, please go check it. But also I messaged everyone on Ravelry too that was a pattern winner. So, okay. I have a lot of sock finishes because it is finally October and I get to finish them all. So I will show you one by one. I have already entered all of these in the coordinating extra points in the Socktober thread in the California. I always want to say California. Oh my gosh, I'm moving y'all to California. Carolina Fiber Girls, which is hilarious because they're totally not California. Total opposite coast. Okay, so these are the Zombody's Curiouser by Desert Vista Dye Works. These are Alice in Wonderland themed socks, and they turned out so pretty. I absolutely love them. I did toe up, kind of my standard when I'm doing a stripy sock with an afterthought heel, is I do a toe up, Turkish cast on. I start with 32 stitches, increase up to 64 stitches, and then knit a tube, and then I have a 2x2 ribbing with a Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy bind off at the top, and then I go back in and cut in my heels. So there they are, and I love them. Really, really excited about these. So that's the first pair. My second pair of finished socks. These are O-Loops Ascot base in the Titania colorway, which was a book club color from last year. And this is a blueberry waffle pattern. First, blueberry waffles. At first I didn't like them as far as the pattern. Like I thought it was, historically, I'm not a pattern sock girl, but I might be changing my tune a little bit, and we'll talk about that in a minute. These were good, and once you get in the rhythm with it, then it's good. And I love how squishy and cushy they are. So that's the second pair. third pair of socks that I finished are my Cookie A sock club from last year. This is Pie May, and the yarn is 2 of by hand in the FE colorway. One of these has been blocked and one hasn't, which is why they're so dramatically different looking. But this was a really fun pair. Love the pooling. So sad that these ladies are not dyeing anymore, but totally get it. Because business is hard, yo. So this is the third pair. It'll be interesting to see how these wear because of all the biasing. They are definitely snugger than a normal pair of socks. And the second one, I must have been tense when I was knitting it because it seems even smaller than the first one, even despite, you know, the blocking. Okay, so this fourth pair of socks are my little anklet experiment, since it's a pattern that I just sort of tried, and we'll see how they fit on me. We'll see. But these are my Kirby Werby little anklets. I am cracking up at just the crazy pooling with different gauge and 2 years later and all of the possible things that could change. So anyway, but these are Kirby Werby. I think the colorway was called Drunk on a Plane. And I got extra points for that yarn because she was a sponsor last year. I have this last pair, my fifth pair of socks that I finished so far in October. And again, if y'all have been watching, y'all know I've been working on some of these for 2 years. I started that Kirby Werby pair 2 years ago in September. So it's not like I did these all very recently. Some more recently than others. But they were all technically finished. Actually, all 5 pairs were finished on October 1st. So this pair is Mustache Yarn in the Daily Eggs colorway. And the accent heel is Deborah Norville gray. I don't know the exact color, but it's a charcoal gray. And that is it for sock finishes. So, as you might guess, now I can put those away. As you might guess, all that I have been working on, in the middle of a row, let me finish these few stitches. All I have been working on in October is socks because I'm on this personal mission to just finish up as many socks as I can. That being said, I've started 2 new pairs this month, or very recently, but so this sock I showed last week, but I actually ripped it out and made it longer, and so I'm almost finished with it again. But this is Spun Right Round, Clairvoyant, which is kind of the best colorway ever. So pretty. Yeah, so it's going to have a little bit more. It's probably about right there. A little bit more to go, but it'll fit perfect when it's all said and done. And then I'll start the second one and hopefully finish it. Oh, there's one pair I didn't bring over here today. My Texan socks that are Lilliput yarn. I am almost to the heel on the first one, so that's going really well. Okay, so that is a sock whip. I showed you also, I'm trying to figure out where to put all this stuff. I showed you also last week, and I had to switch it over to a Halloween bag. This is one from Absolute Wonder that I got a few years ago with my gas lease. And this is the Opal DK yarn that I'm knitting with. It's the Wonderland series Rice 6-ply, whatever that means. It's colorway number 8944. And the first sock is done. These are going to be for my son. I think we discussed last time that they were kind of snug on me. Oh yes, because I tried it on. It is snug. So I just went ahead and decided that it's going to be for a kidlet. This is going to be for my oldest. And hopefully I guessed right on the size. I think I did. But he knows he's going to get them because I had him try them on and he's excited about it. So the first one is done, and I would put it on the sock blocker, but it won't fit most likely, and it will definitely be too short. And the second one is started. So that is how it's coming along. They will not be perfect matches. I was not at all concerned about that. It's not that far off. That's about where the repeat is, so it's just barely not matching. But obviously I would have had to rip out like too much yarn and there's so much of this yarn, I think I could make another pair out of it easily. So I may in fact get a pair for me. So that is a sock whip that is going and hopefully will be done soon. And then the last thing that I actually just started this week is, I don't often wear my hair down, right? I mean, how often do y'all see it down on the show? Never. And it is like, I feel like it's driving me crazy right now. This was started to earn maximum points for Socktober. Full disclosure. So, this is Tortuga Twist Socks by Turtle Girl 76. And it is a cabled pattern. It is a paid for pattern, so that's all that I'll show you. But I am using all the things to earn me points. My Poke Me Not by Jambi Smiley. My Marigold Jen yarn in Sidewalk Chalk. Isn't that gorgeous? And let's pull out a sock blocker to show you. I have made it through, and a Sucra Sucra stitch marker. My bacon cheeseburger. Because of course. And I have, just going to put this right here. This is not obviously the direction that it goes, but it's the direction I'm going to show you. So there's the pattern. You can definitely see the little cabled pattern. And I am starting the heel flap, which has cables on it. So I've just kind of started it there. I'm starting to go back and forth. It's been a couple of days since I've worked on this because all of my spare time has been spent right there at the sewing machine. Been sewing like a crazy lady. But I love, 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 love how this is turning out. So here, other than earning points for Socktober, let me discuss why this pattern is working for me and why, like that Cookie pattern, the Pai Mei worked for me. If it is a sock pattern that I have to look back and forth at the pattern too many times because I can't figure out what I'm doing, then it's not for me. If it is cables that require a cable needle, probably not for me. It has to be intuitive, basically, and it can be yarn overs and slip left, slip right, not slip, but SSK, knit two together, all those things, that's great. But if it's too complicated, like this has a lot of movement in it. There's a lot of things going on, but it's not complicated. And every single row, you kind of know, once you do a repeat, you go, oh, okay, I know where this is going. And even if you have to look to double check at the pattern, your brain still can figure it out. But if I can't get through a round with having to look at a pattern for each repeat of that pattern, that's not the one for me. That's just too complicated. I'm all for that in lace shawls and other things, but for socks, That's just too much. That's just too much for me. So that is it as far as what I'm working on. All socks all the time. Okay, I have two things for Hello Lovelies. One of which I just got. Well, I got it all this week, but this so stinking cute. I had to. It's a needle minder that is a pumpkin spice latte, I guess, with their little pumpkin logo on it. So stinking cute. And that's from a needle runs through it, and frosted pumpkin citrate. So that is one Hello Lovely this week, and which is exciting because I've been stitching a little more. Not this week because of trunk show, but next week maybe I'll get back to it. And then, spoiler alert, if you are in the Hedgehog Fibers Sock Club, this is the first time ever that I have joined the Sock Club. I have, for over a year, I've wanted to, and it's just never been the right time. I've never decided to do it. And the value for being in their club for what you get, first of all, it is by and large cheaper than buying a single skein of yarn anywhere from them for what you get per month, per shipment. The second thing is it's exclusive colors, so you don't know what you're getting. It's a surprise, but I've never seen a colorway that came in the last 2 years, because I went back and looked at all of the shipments, like 2 years of monthly sock clubs. There was not a single one that I didn't love. So then I thought, okay, this is the club for me. So all that to say, if you are in the club and you haven't for some reason gotten the, I guess it's September shipment, then avert your eyes. In the sock club, you get 2 colors. This first one is called Flower Child, and it is gorgeous pinky purples with pops of yellow. This color right here, and that, it just slays me. And then with the yellow, it's absolutely perfect. So I'm really excited about that one, of course. And also equally this one. I just realized the skein of yarn fell out of my shelf and it's like unraveling. Gotta fix that. This is the second skein. It is called Goosebumps. So good. It is a kind of aqua, tealy aqua, with these pops of purple and pink and blue. And this looks like, I don't know, a little bit of like neon yellow right there. Just lots of awesomeness. So that is very, very exciting. I love both of them. Also, the month before, which August, if anybody out there is in the Hedgehog Fiber Sock Club and does not want either one of their August colors, I will take them off your hands. We can trade, we can swap. If you want to do a bag yarn swap, if you want to do, I don't know. But if you want either one of those, I will gladly work something out with you. Message me on Ravelry. I think that's the first time I've ever like put out a call for yarn, but those two were good. So if there's, it was a pink and a purple. I'm almost positive it was the August. It was the month that you got a pink and a purple. One of them was called Cat's Pajamas. I'm almost positive. But if you're in the club and you don't want either one of those, message me and we can work something out. So that is exciting. I get to add to my collection. And that's it for Hello Lovelies. Feels sort of virtuous because I paid for this, over a month ago. So the next 2 months of hedgehog yarn coming in is already paid for. And this was a very inexpensive little needle minder purchase. So like I said, feeling virtuous. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is the trunk show at the Sated Sheep. It is tomorrow, Dripping Springs. The shop opens at 9. I will be there at 9, probably until about 1 or 2. So sort of depends on traffic and all of that stuff. If for some reason you are thinking that you're going to be later and you're really, really looking to see me there, message me on Instagram. I'll have my phone, but just send me a message and I will try to stay and make sure that, you know, if there's something specific that you're coming to see, that I stay and wait for you. But I am driving to Dripping Springs and back all tomorrow. So it's going to be a really long day for me. So that's why I'm going to try to leave a little bit early, but if you want to meet me, then I will gladly stay. So, okay. All the notifications. So let's talk first about this new thing called the Urban Collection. I put this out on Instagram, yesterday, and there's been a little feedback. So I'm excited to make it kind of my brainchild combined with what y'all want to see. And this is going to be kind of my Suburban 10 anniversary bags were sort of like a precursor, like a glimpse into what this will be, with the caveat of it was obviously very girly because it was pink. But this line, the Urban Collection, is same bags that are going to be in my shop that you're familiar with, but just in more sophisticated fabrics. So they will always have some sort of canvas or linen. This one I'm keeping because it had this weird funky thing that happened with the thread. So this is a accident one that I get to keep, which is always exciting. But, so this is the one that's in the shop right now. It is black and white buffalo check with this kind of natural colored linen. And in the picture it looks a little more yellow. It's really just regular canvas linen color. That's probably the closest to right there. It's just regular linen. Regular linen color. And then the inside is a smaller check, which I just thought was super, super cute. I've gotten, literally, people are like, oh, I love this. What about other colors? I am limited quite right now by the colors that are available in this particular design. I do have a couple of other things that will be coming up, but I can make the larger bags. I just started with the sock one for now, but I can absolutely have the larger shawl bags in the shop. Notions bags may or may not happen. It just sort of depends. So that's Suburban Stitcher Urban Collection. Okay, trunk show. My caveat to showing this is, if you're not coming to the trunk show, some of it may be gone, which also means that, oh, it's a big huge bin. It also means that a lot of these fabrics are, like, I've been hoarding them for over a year now, and these are the bitter, bitter end of what I have. So I can't necessarily get any more of many of these. Okay, so I have these cute sheep and alpaca bags. Here is sheep. And these all just have plain, it's like a white tone-on-tone lining. And here are some alpacas or llamas. Actually, I don't know which these are, but so I will have some of these there. And then later today, I'm going to finish up. I have this sheep bag, which looks like that, with the little sheepdog I love. And this alpaca bag. So I've got those. I will have, I almost hesitate to even put this out there. Surprise, surprise. I will have a couple Bluebonnet bags. These are the last minute that I'm going to sew up tonight. So there will be a couple of these, which is super exciting for y'all. I know that that's a crowd favorite. I will have some of these really super cute owl bags. These are obviously in process and need to be finished, but I wanted to tape today to show you. But this owl, and then this is the lining, which is super cute. So those will be there. Those are kind of the ones that I haven't finished yet, but they will be today. I have a couple of Christmas, sort of as a holiday preview. So I have some Christmas whip minders. This pink one, kind of pink presents with this cute chevron lining. And these are pretty traditional green and red with a cute red and white polka dot lining. I have this Christmas bag, which is kind of one that was out last year in the shop. And with this lining. Let's see, I have an Alice bag. It's a little bit smaller, using some remnants, but here's an Alice bag. I'm bringing these, have been in the shop for a little while. Those will be there with the seed packet lining. Pumpkins. And the sugar skulls. And these sugar skulls that are kind of hidden in the flowers. And what did I call this? Scary Apothecary, I think. Super cute. I'm going to have these, which have been in the shop for a little while. I don't know why these didn't sell. These are some of my favorite, but maybe it's one of those you have to see in person. These also have the seed packet lining. I have a, what is this? Skylander. I have some of the football bags with the turf. It's the AstroTurf lining. And I have some whip minders to go with those. I have a couple of these. You might have seen these on Pandia's Jewels website, and I had a couple, a little bit extra to make some extras. This has a really neat raven lining. I've got those. I will have a couple of these available. I have this. I will have a couple of these in this size. This is a Tula Pink that has, like you can see the seagulls, it's the ships, and it's very nautical. And then the lining is a pink polka dot. And I will have that in also, I'll show you. In a shawl size. I have this in a shawl size. It's just got a little bitty touch of that. Just the way it worked out. A little bitty touch of it. Also with that seed packet lining. And this is kind of a leftover from that collaboration I did with Dana of Unwind. Made some from the extras. It's a shawl size bag with the little, I think this was called the Kokomo kit. So I've got some of that, one of those. oh my gosh, this is my favorite, I think, of the new things. This pins, which is just super fun. And the lining is a gray with a metallic bird. Super cute. Also in that fabric, I have these little pin cases, and I put wristlets on them. So they're a couple of dollars more than my regular Notions pouch price because the wristlet is more work and parts. But it's super cute for, you could totally use it as a clutch. So I've got a couple of those. I have some Avengers Notions cases with different color zippers, but these are just plain, flat, great for gift cards, for kids, for anything really, for your Notions, but just super fun, thinking ahead for gifts for kids for the holidays too. I have a couple of these. This is the seed packet fabric in gray. And these are my regular Notions pouches. And I think they're two different linings. One is that needle, which is fun. And this one is the acorns and leaves. I have these whip minders, which are a Cafe. And drawstrings. So I have these, kind of have always thought of them as my Lisa Frank, Lisa Frank leopard. Two that are kind of this purpley, this is a dark plum to red. And these just have plain white tonal linings. I have two that are this more pink to red to pink to orange to yellow colors. So two like that. I have some of the extras of my collaboration with the Prairie Girls earlier in the year. This was the Suburban Prairie Kit. So I've got a few of those. And that has the cute little prairie lining. I have Spider-Man drawstring, Batman. I guess this isn't just Spider-Man, it's a lot of comics. Marvel. Coffee drawstring. And oh, here's the other Christmas one. And I'm going to try to do a couple more today too. But this one's just some cute little penguins that are sledding and doing lots of snow things. And one bag that I would love feedback on is this is big, huge. I just loved this fabric and had to make something. But I made this with the intent of it being like a big, huge, it's got a big flat bottom, as you can see, that you could sit next to your chair. It's so tall. And keep your blanket in it, like your scrap blanket with all of your scraps. It's like a huge, big bucket. I might also make some more of these, not for the show, but for the shop at some point, that have handles. So that it would be a big bucket that would have handles like a tote bag. And that way you could carry it around a lot easier. This doesn't have a wristlet because it would just be too heavy. It would kind of be silly to have a wristlet on this one, I think. But handles, like to put over your arm or your shoulder, would make sense at some point. So sort of prototype. So I think that just about rounds it out. Lots of things to see. I'll have some stitch markers there as well. I'm really excited. These events are always so super fun to get out and talk to y'all and to just talk about what's going on. So I think that's it for this week. I hope that y'all have a lovely week and that whatever you're doing, it is exactly what you want to be doing. Thanks, guys. Bye.